The scene seems all too familiar.
일어나서 학교 가요. 시간 됐어요. 에이, 야, 성현이 학교 시간.
It could be any Korean-American household in America, but it's not. It's North Korea, a secret world, a closed society, until now. The documentary A State of Mind is the work of two British filmmakers, Dan Gordon and Nick Bonner, who filmed North Korea as it's never been seen by the Western world. It is February 2003, the beginning of an 8-month project.
And we couldn't believe, I think, when we were granted the access to go into homes, to go into schools, to go into workplaces, that kind of thing, that they would actually follow through and do that for us. But that there was an awful lot of trust involved.
A State of Mind is about the mass games and the people who participate in them. The concept is simple. No single person is more important than the whole.
It really seems to be the ultimate metaphor for communism.
Yeah, and really it was a metaphor for the country. Everything's about the team. We kind of flipped that and took it from our own sort of Western perspective, that we wanted to find out about the individual within that team.
네, 장군님 모시고 행사한 군화를 그리며 아픈 것도 참고 훈련합니다.
The filmmakers follow two North Korean schoolgirls chosen by the government as they train for the mass games.
찍는 닭이니까 정말 저 같다기면
13-year-old Park Hyun-sun
안녕하십니까. 이분은 우리 할아버지입니다.
and 11-year-old Kim Sung-yeon. They are two of the country's best young gymnasts.
At first they were very standoffish. I mean, we're the first Westerners they'd ever set eyes on.
Much of the day is spent training.
So much has been made in the film about the training. How demanding is it? How important is it?
Have you ever tried to do a cartwheel on concrete? Yeah. It is unbelievable.
At home, state radio is piped to every kitchen every morning.
You can't turn the volume off.
No,
you can turn it right down.
You can turn it right down, but you can't turn it off.
The TV is a gift from the government, a reward for Hyun-sun's performance in the 2002 mass games. There's only one channel, and only for 5 hours a day. You see, most nights here are spent without electricity.
The power went, and we carried on filming, and it ended up being quite a funny moment within the film when the lights go back on.
But do they hate the United States or do they fear the United States?
It's a bit of both, I think. They've got a reason to hate the Americans because of the Korean War. It was a horrendous war. And they see, because of the way their government interprets it, that it is due to US policies that they've had these problems.
Yet students learn English.
How will you spend your next holiday? Well, I'll go to the swimming pool with my brother. Oh, wonderful.
But current events are taught from a North Korean point of view. Take the Iraq War.
You get the sense at times when you're watching this that they're brainwashed.
Brainwashed is a word that consistently comes out when you're dealing with that kind of country, and certainly our perceptions of that. Ultimately, the film remains non-judgmental.
A parade on the eve of the mass games. This is a massive display of organized devotion for their dear leader, Kim Jong-il.
As they march past, they cry, "Manse," which means "long live."
More than 1 million North Koreans take part in the festival. All the while, Hyun-sun and Sung-yeon and hundreds of thousands of little girls just like them are in their final rehearsals. The goal is perfection. The general would accept nothing less.
내일 정말 아버지 장군님께서 나오실까 하는 생각도 나고, 만약 우리들의 공연에 못 참가하신다면 정말 섭섭한 데도 많습니다.
Millions of man-hours go into training for the mass games, with the most intensive preparations in the final hours. Sung-yeon is selected to perform in the second row, a high honor for an 11-year-old.
지금은 동작이 거의 완성되어 있습니다. 경의하는 대원스님께서 10단체들을 벌어 나올 때 꼭 완성된 동작으로 보여드리겠습니다. 저는.
The older Hyun-sun is already a veteran. This is her 4th mass games. She's 13.
당일날이 다가오고 우리 장 차례가 다 오니까 정말 떨렸습니다.
Hyun-sun and Sung-yeon perform brilliantly. The result of endless hours, days, and months of training is perfect execution. The girls perform twice a day for 20 days, but their father, the general, never shows up. When it's all over, both of the girls immediately begin training for the next mass games, in the hopes they will next time perform for their leader.